That gave Manly good possession, and they've been able to run in a try. You see here he's stumbling. He had no reason to go for that ball. He's stumbling and hemmed in, so he decided to kick, then was taken out after the kick and couldn't chase. As it turned out, Manly ran the ball back into good attacking position. A couple of tackles later, able to get close to the line. A grubber kick, a 6 again. And then Sidaris forced his way over to put their nose in front. Manly 3 tries, haven't kicked a goal as yet. Innes, he's had a shot already. Craig Fields had 3 shots.
They're giving him heaps. But Craig Innes slots it through to send Manly out to a 4-point lead. And although there's some Manly support here, there is plenty of support still for Balmain as they trail by 4 points. The crowd figure, we've wondered about it all evening. It's 18,247. It's the biggest crowd to watch the Tigers since 1986. And you can hear the Leichhardt crowd giving themselves a round of applause.
I think the 18,000 have got to suck in their breath now and keep yelling for 15 minutes. This Balmain side. Yep. The thing about it is, although they've conceded the try there and got behind on the scoreboard, if someone had said to them yesterday, look, with 15 minutes to go, we're going to be 4 points behind, you know, do you think you can win from there? They'd have said, yes, here's an opportunity for them to hit back straight away. They've got to be very positive.
Darren Centre pinches the ball, 15 metres out. They work it to the right-hand side. Mark O'Neill loses the ball, comes back to Donaghy. He's met in the tackle on the 10-metre line. Nabel into dummy half. The long ball from Gillette. Finds Starr. Stepping through. No way through there, though. Hudson Smith will play it. They work the blind. Gillette. Nabel, the short ball to Starr. He's strong. He's held up. Gillette again. Out to Starr. This is Centre. Brings Donaghy inside. Can't hold the ball, and it's cleaned up by Steve Menzies. A golden opportunity there for Balmain.
Yeah, just couldn't settle it down and find the right angle. Forget about that one. We'll get another chance later. And here is the 6th time in the game that Balmain have conceded a penalty when they've had Manly under pressure. And I guess at the end of the day, if they are to lose this game, Wayne Pearce won't have to look far to see where they may have come unstuck. You can't keep allowing Manly out of pressure like this. Balmain, a little bit of a rush of blood down there near the line. Manly defence had them covered. And now the penalty gives Manly the way out.
Field picks up a good 25 metres, and they'll play it just inside their own half. Mark Carroll. It was a golden opportunity, as we mentioned, Jason Taylor. They're desperately going to need to get back in there quickly.
Yeah, for sure, Eric. I think as Phil's been mentioning for most of the game, Balmain have got to try to neglect what's happening on the scoreboard and on the clock. But I think that could start to work against them at the moment, because the Manly defence is so good, and Balmain are going to have to start to play a little bit of a different brand of football. They probably shouldn't. They probably should try and stick to what they've been doing, but they're going to be looking at the clock, knowing they haven't got long, and start to move the ball around a little bit more, which is probably going to bring a few more mistakes than they're going to want.
This time, great defence from Balmain, but more specifically, great defence from Adam Starr has got the ball back to Balmain.
It's the biggest thing about this football. You've really got to forget about what's happening, what you think might happen. You know, if you can get your mind away from the fact, look, there's only 12 minutes to go. You just got to play each play on its merits and let it look after itself.
Jeff Tuvey not happy with that. He believes he was stripped in a 2-man tackle.
Well, I think he called play it. He got a ball away on the outside, and that's why the referee pulled up the scrum.
Balmain trail by 4 points. Just over 12 to go on their return to Leichhardt. It's been an emotional night for all of the Balmain teams. The under-20s and the second grade both had 2-point wins over Manly. Smith. Gillette shapes to kick. But again, this all-enveloping Manly defence, which conceded only 8 or so points all year last year.
You can put that chip kick attempt down there to the good coverage by Manly at the back. When Gillette looked up to try and find position downfield, he saw wingers and fullbacks all back ready. So he went for the short kick, and Craig Field read that as well. So good defence there from Manly. Got them possession 40 metres up the field further than probably they should have.
Terry Hill met in the tackle 5 metres inside his own territory. Tuvey out of dummy half. He picks up another 10 or 12 metres. Sedaris. Tierney looks inside, finds Menzies. Menzies looks for support. Beautifully picked up by Craig Field. Put down though by Gartner, and Balmain have come up with it through Shane Walker. Thrasher.
Manly fairly positive there. They're obviously not going to try and protect the 4-point win. They feel as though they've got another try in them, and that would certainly bring the curtain down on the first round.
Listen to Leichhardt get behind the Tigers. Stimson picks up a good 10 metres inside the Manly 40-metre line. Nabel picks up another 10 metres out of dummy half. This is the way the Tigers have to play it. Gillette looks to his outsides, shapes to kick, comes back inside, steps through 2 tackles, looks for support, can't find it. 8 metres out, and Gillette stuck inside to play the ball. The kick through from Starr. They'll come back for the line dropout.
Oh, so close for Balmain and for Manly. Hancock got a cross well there. Covered that one, got it down on the ground. A line dropout will give Balmain possession again. I've got to say that Mick Gillette's had a great game for a young player in the Balmain side tonight. He's playing against a very experienced and very frustrating outfit in Manly, because they don't offer you much when you've got the ball, but wherever possible, he's controlled this game like a player far older and far more experienced than he carries tonight. And whatever he takes out of this game, he'll have learned a lot about rugby league in this 80 minutes.
Ellery Hanley with the red badge of courage. He picks up 15 metres. He'll play it on the 30-metre line.
Footy tonight.
Well, certainly good old-fashioned Balmain footy, as Sirinen picks up good pace and good metres out wide, but it's put down by Starr, and that's an opportunity wasted by Balmain.
Yeah, just a little stutter at the play of the ball there. Not a good play of the ball for the dummy half. He stuttered a little bit with it. Adam Starr was probably in position, then he wasn't, got his hands out in front and just put it down. Just spoilt the momentum there. Still, stand-up tackle. We'll get the ball back in a minute.
The confidence of a coach. Field brings in Terry Hill, shrugs off one, put down by Hanley.
We'll wrap that up as number 7. 7 times tonight Balmain have been penalised, with Manly coming out of trouble.
If you take it here, you can see Ellery Hanley lying over Terry Hill.
I guess the referee at some stage has got to start to question whether or not Manly are playing for that type of tactic. When you start to get 7 coming out of trouble, like, not even football is that dumb to keep doing it. I mean, it's like putting your hand on a hot stove, but eventually you're going to wake up, and maybe he's got to start to look at the Manly side and say, well, are they playing for penalty rather than trying to get up and play the ball?
Hopewadi off his wing. Put down by Starr and Walker. Kosef, Gartner steps off his right foot. Sedaris out of dummy half, where he's so dangerous. Tuvey looks around. He can go either way. He moves it to the right. Kosef picks up pace and 10 metres. Last tackle for Manly. They lead by 4 with about 7.5 minutes on the clock. Craig Field goes high. It's half charged down. They pick it up though, and Balmain comes back through Michael Gillette.
Yeah, good pressure.
Craig Hancock there over the top. A move not appreciated by the Leichhardt Oval crowd. Hanley. Sedaris met the tackle. Walker.
I don't think there are any questions
Walker.
about Ollie Hanley.
The kick ahead from Starr. Now it's a foot race. Kennedy is through. Balmain have come up with it. They play it quickly. They could score. Penalty, he should get 10. He's given him 10 minutes. Calvin Jeffs was left with no opportunity. Danny Moore deliberately slowing down the play of the ball. It was a professional foul. A penalty to Balmain. And 10 minutes in the bin for Danny Moore for the final 6.5 minutes of this match.
Yeah, well, he won't be back. Manly will have 12 men for the rest of the game. And Balmain walk up with a set of 6, 10 metres out to put their nose in front. 6 minutes from the end of the contest.
Fantastic pressure inside the Manly 20-metre line has brought Balmain to this. Hudson Smith, Serenin. What a fairy tale it'd be if he scored tonight. The dummy run from Starr. They bring it out wide. Stimson fends off one. He's strong. They get the ball out wide. He's still going. Held up over the line. Brasher. He's a cool head in any situation. They just have to settle themselves now, Balmain. Hanley. Gillette. They've got numbers out wide. Kennedy looks inside, finds Gillette. They've still got tackles. Hanley moves into the play the ball. Hudson Smith brings in Stimson. But again, Jason Taylor, it's an opportunity missed.
Yeah, Eric, I think although the Manly player had to play a sin bin and that still could tell in the game with still 5 minutes to go and them having to play it out with 12 men, I think if the Balmain player had been able to get up and play the ball on that break when they recovered the ball and got 6 more, I think they would have been a chance of getting across the line. Manly had to play a sin bin, but they also had the luxury of a 30-second break where they could relax, suck the big breaths in, get themselves composed and get set for a set of 6 in defence, which they did and held the Balmain side out.
So that's twice now. The Balmain have picked up the penalty when they were looking good for a try. Tim Brasher earlier in the half, and that time it was Bubba Kennedy.
Just the same, they still have got Manly down under pressure here. They're coming out of their own quarter. They cannot concede a penalty in this set of 6. They've got to get Manly to kick it to them and then come back and put some more pressure on. They're probably going to get 2, maybe 3 full sets of 6 at them before the end of the game. Against 12 men, they've got to like their chances of getting across the line. They just can't concede penalties to Manly in this situation. 7's enough.
Tuvey. Field. Kosef. Shane Walker has had a strong night. Sedaris. Gartner steps off that big right foot. Picks up another 5 metres. Takes play down to the 40-metre line in Manly territory. He's injured in the tackle. He'll take his time. Tierney. Last tackle for Manly. Comes back for Field. He kicks it inside his own 40-metre line, but it goes straight to Donaghy.
Well, they're all offside. They've got to be offside.
And the crowd's letting Calvin Jeffs know it too. As Hanley slips away, picks up a good 12 metres and will play it. Langaloa stepping. Langaloa looks for support. Another 15 metres picked